The Panasonic GH4 has blown my mind. And probably not for the reason that you're thinking about. The Panasonic GH4 4K video, yeah, it's wonderful. 1080p at 96 frames a second, yeah, it's wonderful. 200 megabits a second, yeah, all the whatever. Its ISO performance is pretty rubbish in comparison to full frame kind of cameras, so that's not all that great. But oh my god, I was like the whole time after this event, I was walking away going, "Is this for real? Did I hear it for right?" I went to a gig event, two bands playing. Tidings, you've seen, I've done loads of videos with their music on it, and you can get their album in a link down below. And another band called Our Smallest Adventures. Again, I'll put a link to their Facebook page down below as well. So I was at the gig, at the front of the place, right beside the speakers, and my ISO was up around about 4,000, 5,000. 6,400 for a lot of it. Some of the shots even, I went to a slower shutter speed than the frames per second, which is magic. So there's a couple of times where I went down to like 15 frames a second because there's a strobe lighting going on. When the strobe's going on, it's a nightmare. Bring it down to like 15 or a 12th of a second. It's then just white light, on, off, instead of going mental all over the screen. So, oh yeah, that was all super cool. That's not what impressed me with. It was the fact that even though I'm right at the very front of the stage, the audio capture was brilliant. In camera, I didn't have any mic on board, I didn't have anything, and it just worked. What it is, I had my headphones attached to it so I could hear it through the headphones. Whenever I'm at a gig, I always wear like those in-ear headphones so that you don't come away deaf. But I had them in and I was listening to the audio coming out of the GH4 and it was absolutely perfect. I'm thinking, maybe this isn't right, but actually listening to it, it's brilliant! Like, I can hear everything going on there. And beforehand, at some of the starts of the songs, there's people like talking in the background. So I can hear people like at the bar somewhere else just chatting away before it starts off. The audio capture was phenomenal. And if you can see, look, that's where this, what is that? A 5 foot tall mega speaker, and at my feet in front of me, speaker there, all this is a speaker underneath that. Giant speaker, giant speaker, giant speaker, giant speaker. The volume is to the point where there's a vibration on the camera from the sound waves, the shock wave of the sounds coming every time there's a big bass line or the drums getting hit so much. And I would not ever expect a camera to deal with that. I was thinking, I'm gonna have to sync this up somewhere or find their music on their album somewhere and try and do this up. But no, it absolutely worked. And what I would say, yeah, it's not CD quality. It's not 100% perfect, but in terms of gig upload video footage, video audio quality, this is phenomenal. So when I put it up, even what the member from the band sent me a message saying, "That's really good audio quality. How did you get that?" So like, because like obviously I'm a photographer, I'm not an audio guy. I can't hear the difference between 60 kilohertz music and 180 kilohertz music, or you know, whatever pitch that they talk about. But even if a musician watching my video after it's been compressed and uploaded to YouTube even then says, "That's really good audio quality," I'm thinking, well done Panasonic for that. I was absolutely, and there's fortunately at the same time we can do a dual test. There is another gig shooter, this guy that shoots every gig in Scotland, it seems like. He's got his channel called TheFudlip. Don't know quite know what that means, that's probably a bit rude. And he was there and he was shooting it with his camera, but he uses a Zoom H1 mic, which I know is the kind of the mic that you want to have if you're trying to capture audio. So that's pretty damn good. I don't know, I'm not sure what camera it is that he was shooting with, but his audio quality really good. So the Zoom H1, absolutely fantastic. However, that does require him with his camera and syncing it up with the Zoom mic in edit afterwards. And if you get like a half second out, it doesn't quite work. But listening to it, it is possibly comparable. So again, I can't hear. I'm tone deaf, so I don't know the best. But maybe you guys could go onto TheFudlip YouTube channel and maybe listen to his one and go into. I haven't put it on my photography channel. Put it on my Don's Talks channel. So if you want to listen to the two differences, but his with a professional audio capturing device and syncing it up with his camera. Well, mine was all just in-camera Panasonic GH4, set the sound bars down to -12, and I'm right at the front, in front of the speakers where the sound waves are battering me, and yet it's getting just astonishing audio quality. I just don't understand how the microphone inside this camera is able to deal with the shock waves of the music, because surely the shock waves from each beat of some of those things must be bigger than the depth of what these little microphones in here can actually take. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Check out the links down below for you to listen to it yourself and tell me what you think. But the Panasonic shooting at 4K ISO around about 4,000, 5,000, and then exporting that 1080 onto YouTube, I am astonished. Links in the description down below. Cheers, bye bye.